everybody. We are back. Hold the phone out of the wall. We're safe now. All right, my first guest made his acting debut in the movie Rushmore. Now he's starring in the brand new movie I Heart Huckabees. Please welcome Jason Schwartzman. You like this, huh?
I love your suit.
Doesn't it look like I'm in a production of Guys and Dolls? It's like a gangster suit, this thing.
Da-na-na-na-na. Ah. You look good tonight.
Oh, yeah. I didn't know what we were doing for a second, and I got scared.
Oh, sorry.
I wet myself. I'm like, I don't know where we're going. I just went right into it. Did you see that?
It was beautiful.
Yeah.
It was beautiful.
Improv.
It's jazz. It's jazz.
Jazz? Oh, yeah. Oh, there you go. I don't know. Look, I don't know what happened. I'm thoroughly confused.
Me too.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
We did that well, I thought.
Yes.
You're always polite to a fault. There's so much to talk to you about, but the first thing I have to ask you is, you're in this movie, and there are a lot of cool people in this movie.
Yes.
It's an amazing cast, but Dustin Hoffman is in this film, and you work closely with Dustin Hoffman.
Yes.
And that's a guy, there are some people that are on a different level.
Yes.
There's me and Hoffman and a couple of people like that.
But
stick with me. No, but Dustin Hoffman, what's it like to, I mean, had you met this guy before? Did you meet him? What's it like when you first met him?
I didn't know him at all, but I figured I should just call him and introduce myself before we started shooting the movie. So I called him on the phone. Hello?
Right.
Hello, Mr. Hoffman. This is Jason Schwartzman. We're going to do a movie together. I was wondering if we could hang out sometime before we start shooting, you know, get to know each other. And he said, well, why don't you come over to my house right now? I'm going to a Charlie Chaplin event. I'd like you to be my guest of honor. And I thought that was an incredible
That's cool.
gesture.
Come over to my house right now. That's weird.
So I, of course, went in my car. I got over there. We hung out. We talked. He said, I really like you. You're a great guy. Why don't you, let's go together to the event in the car. So we get in the car. We drive over. We're having a great time. We're laughing. I'm like, I'm in with Dustin. We go to the party. I'm having a great time. People are like, hey, how are you? I'm like, great. I'm here with Dustin Hoffman. I'm his guest of honor.
Right.
And and the party's supposed to go on, and people are like, hey, man, do you need a ride home? And I'm like, no, I'm cool. Dustin, I'm his guest of honor. He'll just probably give me a ride home.
Right.
Another guy comes up to me an hour later. Do you need a ride home? No, I'm cool. I'm going home with Heavy D. He's my boy. We're going home.
That's when you know it's all gone to your head. Yeah.
I was such a jerk that night. Anyway, long story short, 3 in the morning, someone comes up to me and goes, excuse me, sir, do you need a ride home? And I go, no, I'm here with Dustin. I'll probably just go home with him. He's like, Dustin left 3.5 hours ago.
Right.
I turn around. Party's empty. The dude who's talking to me is the chef of the event, and he says, I'll give you a ride home.
Right.
So we get in the car.
And there's nothing worse than being driven home by a chef, you know? Because he's wearing the hat, and he's just...
There's like juice all over
exactly,
him, like,
right.
Tomato falling out of his mouth.
Yeah.
Great party, huh?
Yeah.
Anyway, so he gives me a ride home to Dustin's house. I ring the gate, 3 in the morning, and I hear, hello? And I go, hello, yes, Dustin? This is Jason?
Right.
Who is this? It's Jason Schwartzman, your guest of honor. You might have left me at the party.
Right.
What do you want?
Just outside a gate, yeah.
My car?
Yeah.
So I go in, I get in my car, I drive off, totally depressed because I was ditched by my hero.
Right.
But things did get better.
Did you ever hang out with him? Yes. Like you became friends with him eventually?
We got to a place where we broed out, definitely. And one day, actually...
Broed out?
Yeah.
That means like you act like bros together?
Yeah, we just bro out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I would never last in the movie business for a second. Someone would come up to me and go, you want to bro out? And I'd be like, how dare you, you know?
Well, he invited me to go to Costco with him.
You went to Costco with Dustin Hoffman?
Yes, that was one of my life's achievements.
Why did you guys go to Costco?
We had an hour to kill. He goes, I'm going to this place, Costco. I've never been. You want to go? So I'm like, yes, hello, you're in Tootsie, let's go to Costco.
Right.
So I get in the car with him, we roll over to Costco, we walk in.
Costco with Heavy D.
Yep.
Sorry.
Big D. So we walk in and he sees all the bulk foods and everything, and he's like, oh my God, I love it here. And so we walk around Costco. I'm like, oh my God, it's Dustin. He's buying like 30 CDs for 9 cents, like jazz legends, Ella Fitzgerald, everything. Right,
64-ounce jar of mayonnaise.
The Benjamin Franklin book.
Yeah.
Buy 10, get the 11th one free. You know,
right.
Christmas presents, he says. So anyway, so we go there. I'm checking out, and I look over at him. I see him talking to this like 6'3" woman. And I walk over to him like, Dustin, we should probably head back to the set now. And he goes, Jason, this is Crystal. Crystal, this is Jason. Crystal's a big fan. I say, hi, Crystal, nice to... No, she's up here. Nice to meet you, Crystal.
Right.
And she says, he goes, do you want to invite her to the set? And I go, okay. Crystal, you want to come to the set?
Was he trying to hook you up, you think?
I don't know what was happening, really.
Right.
And so, no.
Right.
But anyway, he invites her to the set. She comes to the set. She's walking around. Dustin's introducing her to everybody. We're having a great time. A couple months later, I bump into someone from the crew, and they go, that Dustin, man, he's a great guy. How about that day you brought that tranny to set? And I'm like, tranny? And he's like, yeah, transvestite. And I'm like, inside I'm going, whoa, she did have man hands now that you mention it. But I didn't want to, like...
Right,
So I was like, yeah, I know. So crazy. Dustin was
You
a
didn't know
tranny.
it was a man?
No idea.
What a cool Costco that has a... No, seriously, I think about it. Costco literally has everything.
I know, they do.
Transvestites, yeah, aisle 11.
Nine. Actually,
aisle 9.
Actually, aisle 9. Just so you know, next to the giant marshmallows.
Yeah. I don't know if that makes sense, but okay.
It doesn't. Whatever. Sorry.
They've got it all.
But Dustin is an incredible man.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
thank you,
Now,
Dustin.
you know what? You have been, Big D, you have been in the, making movies, I guess, and interested in movies since you were a little kid. You used to make little sort of home movies, didn't you?
Yes. When I was a young kid, about 9, I was in a film class at elementary school.
Right.
And for the summers.
Right.
And there were only like 5 of us in the class. And when I was 9, I made this movie called One Man, One Reality.
How old are you?
9.
Wow, that's really a good title. When I was 9, when I did anything, it was like The Lion and the Park Ranger. You know? Yeah, that was some of the stuff I was into. The lion befriends the park ranger, and they solve crimes, Yours is One Man, One Reality?
One Man, One Reality.
Cool, man.
42-page epic. It was cops. It was coke deals. It was transvestites.
Wow.
Not really transvestites,
Right,
but
right. You didn't know her yet, or
no,
him,
I
yeah.
hadn't met Crystal. Anyway,
Yeah.
So, anyways, yeah, I made this movie. I mean, that was the best times of my life.
Can you give me a sense of what the movie was like?
Well, my favorite scene in the whole movie is the scene where I'm fighting with my wife. I'm a cop. I'm 9. I'm fighting with my wife, who's 8. And we're having this huge...
Who played your wife?
Her name was Sophie from Northern California. She was down for the summer.
And she was 8?
She was 8, yeah. So I was 9. I'm a cop. I'm tough. I'm a little rough around the edges.
Right.
And we're getting a huge fight because she's like, you're never here anymore for the family. And meanwhile, cut to my little brother, Robert, who's 7.5.
Right.
Who's my son in the movie.
Right.
Who's watching the fight. And then she leaves, and she comes in. He has no front teeth because he hasn't gotten his adult teeth yet.
Right.
And he's like, Daddy, Daddy, why was Mommy crying? And as I'm cleaning my revolver at 9 years old, I go, because Daddy was a fool.
What a... Wow, 9! That's...
Next time I'm here, I promise you I'll bring a copy of it. If I ever get to come again.
What a cool ending. I want to see that. You were way ahead of your time. Again, my projects all ended with, these are jelly beans! The end, Solve the crime. Now, we have a clip here from the movie I Heart Huckabees.
Yes.
What do we need to know from this clip? Because the movie takes a little explaining here and there. What will help people with this?
Well, specifically in this clip, Mark Wahlberg and I are best friends in the movie, and this is a scene in which we're trying to get into a meditative state of mind. So in order to get into that state, we have to hit each other repeatedly in the face with a red rubber ball to knock us into a sort of bizarre place.
Sort of a technique for getting yourself.
It's a technique, and it's called pure being ball technique. And this is the scene from the movie.
All right, let's take a look at this clip from I Heart Huckabees.
Did you get it?
Yeah. I did, I felt it. It's hard to describe.
Very, very good. Your turn.
Now.
Not so hard.
Sorry.
It looks like he really tagged you there.
He really got me.
Yeah.
That day, I tried to play it so cool. But like the next day, I was like, I had like 106 temperature. I was like vomiting. I was so dizzy. But in front of Mark, I wanted to be cool.
You wanted to be cool, like you could take it.
I mean, have you seen Mark Wahlberg's arms?
I have fought him many times. Tell me about it.
He's just tough.
Still, I win. I don't know how.
Because it's here.
Yeah, it's all up here, man.
It's here.
Yeah. I Heart Huckabees, of course, in theaters now. And thanks for coming by. Always great.
Hey,
You're going to hang out a little bit?
I'm going to hang out.
Jason Schwartzman. All right. Jason Ritter coming up. We'll take a break. We'll be right back.